Brothers and sisters all around the world, so kind of speaking to you. Welcome to Wakanda Forever here. Today we're going to do a crime and mystery topic. Now I haven't done one, but this is going to be getting your people. This is going to be the question why. It's going to get your head scratching and going to ask you yourself, why would she do that? So today's topic, or crime topic I should say, is Jennifer Pan.
The Pans were the epitome of an immigrant success story. Han Pan and his wife Bic were Vietnamese boat people who escaped to find a better life.
What did they do for a living?
He was a tool and die maker. His wife worked in the same factory as him, putting together car parts. But he was very intent on his children doing better than he did.
And the Pan children were, by all accounts, nearly perfect. Felix was away studying mechanical engineering at a prestigious university. And daughter Jennifer was an Olympic-caliber figure skater, an award-winning pianist, and a straight-A student. Jennifer peeks out the door to find a pistol pointed directly at her. A gunman ties Jennifer's hands behind her back with a shoelace. The gunman downstairs suddenly shoved Bic and Han to the basement. Then, 5 gunshots pierced the night. Dials 911.
What's your name?
My name is Jennifer.
Someone just broke in?
Someone broke in and I heard shots like pops. I don't know what's happening. I'm tied upstairs.
Does it sound like gunshots?
I don't know what a gunshot sounds like. I just heard a pop. I'm okay. My dad just went outside screaming.
Do you think your mom is downstairs too?
I don't hear her anymore.
Tragically, Han finds his beloved wife dead at his feet.
Before we start the video, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and comment below what's your overall thought on Jennifer Pan. First things first, Miss Jennifer Pan liked to lie. When I mean lie, she lied herself for everything. Pam faked her application to the Ryerson University in Toronto, Canada. She bought textbooks, lied about being awarded a scholarship, even created a fake class note to fool her parent.
She starts manufacturing report cards with a photocopier.
She was forging her report cards.
Exactly. She never did graduate from high school.
Her parents thought she did.
They were quite unaware of what was going on.
Jennifer even doctored up a college acceptance letter to an elite pharmacy school, the career her dad chose for her.
So you think she was actually living her lie to the point that it was a fantasy and real for her?
Yes, she bought textbooks. She had highlighters. She had notebooks. She would tell her parents about professors and exams and people in her class. And, her entire family knew a complete false history about her education career.
And when it came time to graduate...
So she bought a diploma, and her parents thought that they had this wonderfully successful young daughter.
Right.
Oh, no. It doesn't stop there. Her line continued. Listen to this. She worked at the hospital for sick children. She didn't have a uniform or an ID with her, because when you work for a hospital, you have to have a white coat uniform, you have to have an ID to say your work in this place. It gets even worse.
So she told her parents that after she was done there, she was actually planning on volunteering at a blood testing lab called Sick Kids. And conveniently, she told her parents that she would have to work late night shifts and during the weekend. So she convinced her parents that she should probably start spending most of her time at Topez's house. However, her parents noticed that she did not have a uniform or a key card for Sick Kids. So one day, Jennifer's parents said that they wanted to bring her to the hospital and drop her off themselves and see what was going on.
You know, when your parent want to come and see your office and you lie that you didn't work, that's the oh shit moment that you screw up right there, okay?
Bring her to the hospital and drop her off themselves and see what was going on. So, she's shitting her pants at this point. She gets in the car with them, they drive over to the hospital, and she basically just gets out and books it inside. And her parents went in after her, like they were trying to see where she was working, they were really up her ass. So they actually went in there looking for her, and she literally hid out for a long time in the emergency room, just hiding hiding somewhere until she could leave and her parents, had cleared the area. She kind of half told them everything. Her mom and dad were very pissed off, to say the least. They really brought down the hammer on her. They took away her cell phone and her laptop. They wanted to cut off her connection with the outside world and also make her stop talking to Daniel completely. They literally made her quit her job at the restaurant. She was only allowed to teach piano, and they really put the clamp down on her. They started tracking her mileage in her car, literally adding up to make sure that she wasn't going anywhere that she wasn't supposed to be. Jennifer was absolutely miserable.
Question is, why would she lie to her parent about her scholarship? Well, it got to do with her parent being kind of strict. A really famous author, Asian author named Amy Chow, I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, published a book called Battling Hum of the Tiger Mother. Tiger parent, as she called them, was rooted in traditional Chinese parenting culture. They're incredibly strict, focus solely on their academic success, and have a high expectation for their children.
再一个呢，他的时间也确实很紧，每天晚上回来之后，做完自己的这个家庭作业，然后可能还有一些课外的补习的一些作业，然后再要练琴。他每天晚上睡觉前还必须要看一些课外读物，和孩子之间的矛盾肯定是会有的，因为每天可能我都要陪着他去练琴嘛。但是他在练琴的过程当中，肯定会有一些要求，达不到老师也要求他的那个标准，但是他就是不想练，他就是有这个惰性。我们总会和他讲，就是说，你这是在学艺，学艺都是要吃苦的，不管你学什么，你就要坚持。其实我们并不是说想把孩子培养成一个艺术家，从来都没有这样想过。但是为什么让他一直坚持在弹琴，而且就是就弹琴这件事儿上，我们两个人还经常发生矛盾，还在坚持，就是可以说从小的时候就想让他知道，既然你做这件事儿了，就要坚持到底。
Now here's the number one thing that police found that's really, really strange.
What was fishy about it?
The criminals who did this would have to be pretty bumbling to shoot 2 people in the head and then leave 1 witness surviving, tied up upstairs. Not much was stolen. There was a Mercedes and a Lexus in the garage. They weren't stolen. There were TVs, there were devices, there was money that was found in the house, which wasn't stolen.
One of the biggest.
We were, concerned about how she could make the 911 call with her hands tied behind her back.
Great. Turn around so that you're looking away from me. You're looking exactly like, now here is where the banister is. Put your hands back behind your back, exactly how you remember they were. Okay? Now, are you restrained from movement? How far can you move your hands from the banister?
They tied my upper arm.
Yes?
Around the banister.
Yes?
But my hands were bound together.
Remember, she says the robbers used a black shoestring to bind her arms.
So your hands bound together, and this is the arm that's the strings wrapped around against the banister?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now how can you get to the phone? And how do you make the phone call? 911?
Mm-hmm.
And do you talk down like that?
Yes, I'm yelling at the phone like this.
And how can you hear?
I turned the volume on max.
Yes? So that's exactly the way that you're talking to her against the railing.
Yeah, right? Right, so let's pause right there. You are tied up, right? So how are you supposed to grab your phone when your hands behind your wall? You can't even move. For a robber, they have to tie you really tight, you can't you can't get out. So they make it less easy for her to loosen her up easily, right? The dad woke up from the hospital. By the grace of God, he survived the shot. And guess what the father said?
Her dad survived. He was shot in the face, but lived and told police his daughter lied about being tied up to a banister during the attack. In fact, he told police that he actually saw Jennifer buddying up to the gunman who killed her mother.
And that was the nail in the coffin.
That would be the nail in the coffin, yeah.
Cops cuff Jennifer on the spot. Jennifer didn't fool anyone. Jennifer, Daniel, and 2 of the gunmen are sentenced to life in prison. The 3rd gunman pleads guilty to conspiracy to commit murder. Jennifer also receives a non-communication order, meaning she can never speak to anyone in her family again. But before she was carried off to prison, her father did address her, saying, "I hope my daughter Jennifer thinks about what happened to her family and can become a good, honest person."
The question is, why did Jennifer Pan murder her mother and father?
The motive? Police say forbidden romance. Her parents told her the love of her life, Daniel Wong, had to go, or she had to get out.
Wouldn't it have been easier to just move out instead of trying to kill your parents?
Rather than disappoint them, she decided to kill them.
So lesson of today, my thought. If you want to get out of your crazy parenting strict rules, or I don't think you don't like your parent, but if you can't handle what your parent doing, just be honest. Just speak to your heart, speak the truth, okay? You don't murder your parent. You can just talk to them, or just go to counseling with them and fix that. That's what every teenager can do. Or just pack your bag and just move away from them and then come back until something like that, okay? Thank you for watching my video, and don't forget, Wakanda forever.